Good morning, Trojans. This is Coach Bales here for day 3 of our virtual camp. Today, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite parts of the game, and obviously all the aspects of the game of basketball are things I really come to like. But today's topic is probably the most important in the aspect of a team game, and that is ball handling. All right. Obviously, the first 2 days we've talked about shooting. There's always room for shooters. We talked about beef, balance, eyes, elbow, and follow through. Yesterday, our focus was on passing. All right. Remember, thumbs up, thumbs down, just working your basic passes. We also worked the advanced passes, which we were stepping around the defense with a pivot and throwing it off our right and our left side. Again, basketball's played with 2 hands. So if you're really good with one hand and not so good with the other, you certainly want to practice that. And that is never more true than in the aspect of ball handling. All right? There is a reason that we have a right and a left hand. And most of us, all right, at this point are probably just one-handed. All right? For me, it's very right-handed. All right? But it helps to be very good left-handed too. Notice that I'm still looking at you while I'm dribbling the basketball. Okay, that's very important. We'll talk about why ball handling is such an important part, not only for just to be able to move with the basketball, but also because, well, point guards, which are typically our best ball handlers, basically are ones who can run our team and get us into the right spots and gets everyone into the right spots because they can handle the pressure of handling the basketball and getting our offense started. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about that today. All right, a couple things with ball handling. All right, first of all, it takes a lot of practice. All right, there are a number of drills. We'll go through those here shortly that you can do to make yourself a better ball handler. But one of those aspects in terms of ball handling is just simply having a basketball in your hand. The first 2 days we talked about shooting and passing. All right, shooting you probably need a goal. All right, passing, sometimes it helps to have a partner. You can, like I said, you could use the wall here. We're in one of my favorite places, the elementary gym, where it all began for me many, many years ago, and for many of you, it also will begin at some point right in here. But the thing about ball handling is that all you need is a basketball, all right, and you can just be dribbling down the floor. One of my favorite players growing up was Damon Bailey. All right, met him at our Trojan camp many, many years ago with Coach Driggs, and one of the things that he always talked about is everywhere he went, he was just simply dribbling a basketball. All right, and he made a pretty good name for himself, just being able to do not only that, he was a pretty good shooter himself. All right, but he was also, he'd be going down the road and dribbling outside the truck. I remember that story vividly from him. So, you know, there's just so many things you can do, and all you need is a basketball. All right, so today we're going to talk about just the aspects of being a good ball handler. All right, first of all, ball handler, great ball handlers, like I said, can dribble with both hands, but their eyes are always up the floor. Okay, typically your best ball handlers are not only good ball handlers, they're good passers. Okay, they get the ball where it's supposed to go. Okay, but if we're not looking up the floor, we never see that open person. All right. So when we're dribbling, our eyes are always up. We're never looking at the basket. Here, most of us start like this because we're afraid we're going to mishandle the ball. We're going to do things like that and start losing it. All right? Good ball handlers can dribble both hands and see up the floor. Okay? Their eyes are always up. All right? So one of the things that we do in our camp is while we're moving and dribbling up the floor, I'll usually hold a number up with my hands, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and have you guys call that number out. This year, obviously, we're not doing that, so you got to pretend. So pick a target. For me, on the other end of the floor here is a Trojan, just like that. Trojans are great. Okay, I'm looking right at that Trojan. That's my open target. So as I'm dribbling, I'm looking right at him. All right, so I can see up the floor. Now, in a game situation, I'm looking all across, all right? But I'm doing those things to help get us into the offense and to help me become not only a better ball handler, which we're talking about today, but a better passer and just a better overall basketball player, okay? great ball handlers take a lot of practice, quite frankly. It's one of those things. Most people, it's kind of like writing with your right hand. Most people can write right-handed or left-handed if you're left-handed, all right? Most people can shoot with their right hand all the way up, or left-handed if you're left-handed, all right? But if you put them on the other side, it makes it a little more work, all right? That's no different than with dribbling the basketball, too, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about a few drills that we do, all right? First of which, we're going to do all one basketball drills today, all right? We have a number of two basketball drills. I'll introduce those later this week, all right? One basketball drill, we talk about dribbling the ball, and we want to keep the ball below our waist. We don't want the ball way up here. It takes too long to get back to the floor, and it's too easy to steal, okay? But when I'm dribbling, I'm low to the floor, and as the defense comes, if there's a defender there, I can pull back, and I can use my body to protect the ball, okay? Now, I can also do that with my left hand, okay? So we talk about just sitting your dribble, just starting out with a dribble, all right? Moving or just staying in one spot. I'm working on keeping the ball below the waist, all right? The other thing is I'm not trying to palm the ball. I'm not putting my whole palm on the ball. I really want to use just almost only my fingertips. Okay, I'll scoot back into the camera here a little bit. I want to just use my fingertips, that way I have good feel for the ball, all right? Again, I'm still talking to you without looking at me, all right? I do have an advantage, I can see myself, but that's not for you guys to know. But regardless, as I do this, I'm looking up the floor. Now, just staying stationary. One thing that we do is we'll start in one hand. I'm going to start with my left hand. We cross behind, back, okay, through. Just something that we do just for ball handling. Now, as you start to learn some of these, it's okay to look at the basket, okay? It's okay to look at it. But your challenge is try to do it without looking, all right? We will talk about, like I said, we'll talk about some two-ball drills later. Now, types of dribbles, all right? Obviously, these are just speed dribble here, all right? First dribble we're going to talk about is a crossover. Okay? Crossover. Two things with a crossover. I want to change speed and I want to change direction. So as I come up to my target, I'm going to plant and change. And I'm going to snap the ball across. Okay? So as I go, boom, I'm snapping it over to my other hand. Alright? Next dribble we're going to talk about is a behind the back. Now, behind the back dribble. Alright? Again, still same thing. Change speed, change direction. Alright? Alright? But the big thing here is control. If you really struggle with this, alright, you got to think about hitting yourself on the other butt cheek. Alright, so as I go through, boom, I want to throw that ball out in front to where I am able to continue going. Okay? Alright? Two dribbles. Behind the back, crossover. Alright, we can also cross over between the legs. This is another skilled dribble. Okay? Alright? Now, when we do this, a lot of times when we first start, I see a lot of this, where we lift our leg, okay, and we're doing some crazy things. The goal is to try to keep moving and walking while you're dribbling. So as I go, I'm going to change speed, change direction. Now, every one of these I've done with my right hand going to my left. Alright, the better I get, I need to be able to go to and do the same thing going left to right. Alright? Alright, same thing. Crossover, boom, snap it over. Alright, behind the back, boom, throw it out front. Alright? Those are three basic dribbles that we start. Now, as you get older and as you start, you older players, we really have started working on reverse dribbles. Reverse dribbles is where we control the ball a little bit more and we turn. Okay? Now, there's a lot of things we can do with a reverse dribble. We can control the ball, we can fake, and then keep going, which almost becomes a hesitation. We can keep going, but then we pull the ball away and we change directions behind and we're going the other direction. Alright? key to this is pulling the ball. Because if I do this and I change it right here, excuse me, if I change it right here, it's going to get stolen. All right, so we really talk about pulling the ball, pulling it away. And the way you do that is you cup it a little bit and just pull it away. It's not a stop. You don't want to sit there and do this, put it down, that's travel. But I'm still keeping my dribble, just pulling it away real quick with my fingers. Okay? Got to be able to do that with my left hand. Pull it away. All right? All right? We do other things called, we have a spider dribble. Okay? All right? It's another more advanced. We're just working things. All right? Right there. Front, front, back, back. All right? Now, I didn't do that very good, by the way. It's more real quick. Now, the other thing we do is a lot of just sitting here single ball. All right? Some of these have no dribbles. They're just working on getting a feel for the ball. All right? These are my favorite as well. We start practice oftentimes with these. All right? Even at the high school level. Ball slaps. Just working on pounding the ball a little bit. Popping it. Okay? Round the waist. Again, notice I'm still talking to you and looking at you. All right? I'm not watching the ball. All around. We go up. Around the head. All right? Around the legs. All right? Around the hip. Around the head. All right? We go all around. Okay? We do just the right leg. Right leg. Left leg. Okay? Now, with these, we also dribble. We're not this. This is not what we want. We're trying to keep the ball moving. We do it left leg. Okay? I started to do a figure eight, which is another one we do. All right? When we bobble the ball, okay? If you want to know if you're pushing yourself and trying to make yourself better, if you bobble the ball, that's okay. All right? We got to be able to step out of our comfort zone to be able to be successful with this. Okay? So as I do this, I'm doing figure eight dribbles here. See? Bobble it away. Go get it and restart. Okay? We also do figure eight catch. Just works on our hands. Now, if you're really starting, you can let the ball bounce. But again, we're just working fingertips. All right? All right, so that's our single ball drills that we're going to talk about today. These are some things to start practicing. Tomorrow we'll continue with 2 basketball drills, which are some of my favorites, where we're working 2 basketballs at the same time. We're just going. All right? All right, so practice those today. Send me your videos. We'll talk about 2-ball dribbling tomorrow. Until then, have a great day. Get out and enjoy the sunshine. It's going to be beautiful, and we'll see you tomorrow.